My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Shadows over Loathing. In the end of the last episode, we found for ourselves... There we go, a mysterious message in a bottle with Bakes, Opera, Diary Hanoi, and Inert written in it. The only thing I can think, because the lines as they were leading down was error and then say it, right, for the final letters of all of those words, is maybe come here in a different time zone and write error into the lock? That seems wrong? But it's the best guess I have. Also, I have remembered who Jessica is, do not worry. Jessica is, of course, the person who is in Murray's Antiquary, the person who is giving us these quests. Right, of course, I have to go back in time in order to get you to install the thing in a different location. Here we are, back in the Hardware Valley store. I changed my mind about where to put that outhouse. Could you please put it in the Sandwich Museum? Thank you muchly. That'll be all for today. Or for this instance of today. I'll be back on a different today. It'll still be today, though. Museum. 12 meat along the way, baby. Let's send ourselves back in time. And... don't need to do anything there. I mean, I guess I can fish back in time as well. Let's do a little bit of that. Get ourselves some money. 2 meat, of course. Right, we forgot about inflation. Yep, another 2 meat. Boy howdy if it's only another 2 meat. These all have tubs of daisies. Okay, now. E. Oh, come on. Okay, they don't even have all of the letters. Wait, so F, H, J, K, L, U, W, X, Z, E. Alright, give me a second, I'm gonna write down all the letters this thing has in its different position. Alright, it didn't take that long. I went through all of them, and all of them have the exact same entry. That is E, Z, X, W, U, L, K, J, H, F. So immediately I'm trying to think about, okay, where are these vowels gonna go? I've already got one solution in my head that I found along the way. Where are these vowels gonna go? And then, you know, we all played Wordle for a year or two there, right? Where are these vowels gonna go? What are the letters that need to be between those vowels for it to actually create the conjugation of basically any format of a word structure in 5 letters? I can only find one. And it was through looking for Hulk that got me there. So I was looking for an S for Shulk. Just in case. I don't know. What's the intertextuality of this game, right? But no. The UKE makes a lot of sense. And we have an F and an L. We have the word fluke. And I'm pretty confident because I spent another 5 minutes after that and I couldn't find another word. Let's do it. F, L, U. Also, like, it just seems like... it seems like this would be the solution for a loathing thing. Ow! I was so confident. Alright, we'll be back here at some point. They don't even want to leave so I can do I was so confident. How is it not? Oh, it's gonna be a German word, isn't it? I don't know German! I barely know English. Alright. Well, let's go back in time, to forward in time, rather. Tried to fish. Not gonna give that horse a lip piercing, though. With nothing else that I need to do here, save for shaking down the hardware store, I think it is finally time for us to go to the SIT campus in Porkham. Officially beginning Chapter 3. Back to school. The SIT campus stands ahead of us, the Seaside Institute of Technology. Now, it's probably best not to wander aimlessly around the campus. You gotta go find that cursed book. Let me stay outside for a wee bit. Just give me a second. Hey, you've seen the finite hallways before. You really want to go back down that one? Apparently not. This seems unsafe. I don't know, kind of seems to explain how I'm floating. All of the events listed on this board either happened last month or are gonna happen next month. You don't have time to poke around in weird labs, you gotta go find that cursed book. As you enter the library, an elderly man, presumably the librarian, waves you over to his desk.
Hello, I'm afraid I don't recognize you. Are you a student here?
No, I'm just looking for a book.
I'm sorry, but the Institute's library is only for students, alumni, and faculty.
It's really important I see this book, though.
I do wish I could help you, but rules are rules. You'll have to inquire at the admissions office first.
Ah, shoot. Excuse me? Our founder, Junius Fitzgerald Technology. The creator of big technology themselves. The admissions department is available. Sure, wait, excuse me? A little plaque under the photo says Lucian P. Wormwood, the Dean of Students from 1777 to 1808. Shelves of file boxes, probably student records. These plants grew from the seeds of knowledge, and the fronds look very educated. Shelves of file boxes, probably student records, and shelves of file boxes, probably student records as the 8-track tape hasn't been invented yet. This is either the admissions clerk or someone the admissions clerk pays to keep their seat warm. I talk to her. Hi, can I help you? Hi, the librarian said that I needed to be a student to use the library, so I guess I'm here to take the most absurdly roundabout route to my goals possible? You'll be interested in our accelerated course then. Our usual under program is a 4-year program, but the accelerated course only takes 3. 3 years is still kind of more than I was hoping. 3 hours. Okay, great. How much will it cost? You from this area? Yeah, Pooh keeps here regionally, but, I'm living in Ocean City. Well, you're in luck. What with the accelerated course being discounted, and a further discount for local education incentives, and a further discount for the fact that we're in the middle of the break and the faculties would otherwise be idle, tuition will be only 100 me. Wow, that sounds really reasonable. We also have some leftover grant money for low-income students for the fiscal year if you need assistance. The total fee would come to free. I will totally take you up on that. Great, sign here. We'll get you all set up. What would you like to take as your major? That's a big decision. Well, since we're on break and a lot of the teachers are out of town, it's not actually all that big. The 3 options are botany, robotectronics, or chemicals. Definitely not combat. We're not doing botany. Don't care about that as much. Robotectronics for logic? Ooh, I do like logic. But baby, I want a puzzle. Give me some puzzles. I'll go with chemicals, I guess? Alright, next choose a minor. Could be geology, metaacoustics, or astronomy. A Cilia puzzle. Let's go with that one. Astronomy. I'd love to graze on great grub. You're thinking of gastronomy? Oh, I like to raise on rub too. Astronomy's fine. And finally, you get one elective. Spiders, culinary science, or phys ed. Culinary science, I guess. Stat challenges, I'm pretty well prepared for those. This one's about eating, right? Cooking and eating, yeah. Nice, I'm in. The clerk makes a few notes and gathers some papers. Okay, that's everything. Here's your transcription sheet, and in order to graduate, you'll need to get each of your 3 instructors to sign after you pass their class. Okay, where do I go? Here's a map to get you around campus. You get the SIT campus map, the location unlocked of Chemicals Wing, the Vector Wing as well. And here's your student ID. Don't lose that, it's how Athena identifies you. The student ID card. This is a blank piece of paper with punch holes in it. Apparently the pattern means something to do with Athena. I wonder if I need to know anything about that pattern. Who's Athena? Oh, Athena's the campus security. It's an acronym that stands for Ask the New Electronic Doorway System Security for Access. Never let the guy who builds a thing pick the name. Anyway, welcome to the Seaside Institute of Technology. Just in time too, my lunch break starts right now. She stands up at the desk and leaves with a wave. The admissions clerk is out to lunch. A little sign on her desk says, back in March. What happened back in March? Finish your story! The nozzle of this drinking fountain is plugged up with chewing gum. There's a gift shop here though. Excuse me. Excuse me, you're a little hole in the world? A weird little pocket of nothingness, sort of just hovering here? Maybe you should ask Jessica about it. We actually do need to go back and talk to Jessica about the hole in the bottom of sandwich as well. The clerk smiles at you as you're approaching, asks to see what she's selling. A replica SIT class ring. This is indistinguishable from an actual SIT class ring unless you look very closely at the carved badges, whereupon you'll see they themselves are not actually wearing class rings. There's also an SIT coffee mug, this souvenir mug from the Seaside Institute of Technology. It has the school motto upon it, Sumus Valde Captoisis. Captiosis. It has the school motto on it, Sumus Valde Captiosis. I mean, look, I don't know Latin. I know some word conjugations. I can figure some stuff out from there. What's that mean? Does it mean any caption will do? Because that's what I think it means. SIT Jazz Slacks. I've already got a copy of them, but I do need to buy a copy of them. Remember. The 5th of November, the gunpowder treason plot, rather. The SIT kitchen breaches will come along with us as well, +1 mysticality. The SIT pennant, we can hang that on the wall, excellent. This pennant either loudly proclaims that you went to SIT or very loudly commands your guests to sit down. SIT sports shorts, appropriately enough, these shorts say sit on them, on the part that's used for sitting. Coffee mug, class ring, there we go, got them all. Jazz pants are popular with the youth of today. Not so long ago, shorts this short would have caused a nationwide scandal. And now I like I like short shorts, they like short shorts, that's the one, right? A rack of sturdy branded kitchen breeches. And this is the most coffee cups you've ever seen in one place. Can't contest that. A dangerous looking kinetic sculpture. This guy must be the janitor, presumably. Hi there, are you the janitor?
Yep, that'd be me. Been the janitor in this place for now 60 years. Got any questions? I figure I know all about there is to know about these buildings.
Wow, everything?
Well, everything janitorial at any rate.
I do have a question, in fact.
Yeah, what can I do for you, kiddo?
What can you tell me about the main lobby?
You mean this lobby right here?
Yeah.
The one I was finished mopping just before you came in without wiping your feet?
Oh, sorry.
No, just yanking you. Ain't make no difference to me which floor I'm mopping.
I see.
Anything else you care to know?
What's the deal with the infinite hallway?
They said I can't start mopping down there till they finish painting it, which suits me since I ain't never gonna finish painting it. No matter how many clever math tricks they come up with. Super tasks my foot. Anything else you care to know?
And I asked the janitor about the finite hallway.
That's a good hallway. Goes for a little while, then it stops. Real traditional, easy to clean, love it.
Gotcha.
Anything else you care to know?
I say I'm curious about the vector wing.
Somebody scribbled some weird symbols on the wall next to the Paradox Lab. Don't know why anyone would go do a full thing like that considering how the classroom's got a chalkboard for scribbling those weird symbols on. Couldn't get any paint to cover it though, cause they're using all the paint in the infinite hallway. Had to use chalk instead.
Interesting.
Anything else you care to know?
I'm gonna leave him to his endless mopping. Now, where was that you said? It's directly next to the door for, the vector wing? Directly next to the door for the Paradox Lab. Excellent. I mean, theoretical topology lab. Was that 2 linked us to 4? Yeah, 2 links to 4. Good. This soda machine appears to have been pretty comprehensively tampered with. I investigated. Oh, I don't have 7 Moxie right now. Some mechanically savvy vandal has increased the price of a soda to an exorbitant 50 meat. I am definitely going to pump my Moxie before I engage with that. Let me quickly... let's maximize our moxie, excuse me. SIT Jazz Slacks will come in handy for doing that. Some sunglasses. I could have sworn I had a moxie hat by this point in time. I could have sworn incorrectly that I had a moxie hat at this point in time. Wow. That said, we're already up to 8. Don't need to continue. I adjust the price. You open the back of the machine and fiddle with the little gears and camshafts and such. You manage to get the price down to 30 meat. It's still way above market value, but what are you gonna do? They've got a geographical monopoly. I'm gonna buy a single one. You insert your meat and look at the array of available flavors. Ghost pepper, ice, bone, durian, and pork. I'm gonna get durian. A bottle of durian soda. Increases your stench armor by 5 until you use another potion neat. It seems the soda manufacturers have not yet discovered that exotic and good are 2 different adjectives, and they won't for another... Ooh. Well, I was gonna say another 100 years, but I don't think they've discovered it yet necessarily. You're unsure if this is art, science, magic, or some combination of all 3. This drinking fountain seems to have developed a steam leak. The door is sealed, press the Athena button. I mean, of course. You speak in the microphone. Can I go in there?
Student ID Ryan, who identified.
Access to this doorway is limited to students and faculty in the astronomy department. That's me. Authorization confirmed. Access granted. Thanks. You hear a thump as the door's internal lock disengages. I go on in. This must be the teacher. Or at any rate, he's sitting at the teacher's desk. World's largest blackboard on loan from SIT Materials Science Department. It's a diagram of a constellation. The constellation of Texas. I see. Ooh, a gun. Okay, a spider over here. Wait, hang on. Are these each individual things with which I can operate, maybe, in the game? Things that I may have interacted with already? This must be the teacher, or at any rate, he's sitting at the teacher's desk. There's a lot of old guys in a university. You have to forgive me. A couple of them will have similar voices.
Oh, hello. Are you taking my astrology course?
Astrology? I thought it was supposed to be astronomy. Astrology is kind of unscientific for SIT, isn't it?
Yeah, some take that narrow pedestrian view, certainly, such as the dean and his grant committee. But I suppose if you're just here for astronomy, I can give you the edited version of the course.
I'm actually in a hurry, so that'd be great.
I have 15 constellations diagrammed on the blackboard behind me, and only 12 of them are genuine. All you gotta do is mark the 3 false ones.
Alright, that seems pretty straightforward. How do I guess which are which?
By exploring the heavens themselves.
Come again?
There's a telescope on the roof of SIT's Spider Wing. You can get there through the Scalar Wing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to teach me how to do astral travel or something.
No, I saved that for the 201.
Okay, I'll be right back.
I can't mark any of these yet as fake.
Okay, let's get to the top of that building and discover what we can from there. Just making sure that none of these desks have anything to share with us.
In the interim.
Okay. Sure enough, there's a big area next to the door covered in chalk. It's difficult to see because it's white on white, I wipe it away. The hobo code is hidden where the chalk was. I translate it with my 11 hobo code knowledge. You translate the code, it's weird. It's a set of instructions that don't make much sense. You study them for a while and begin to understand. Apparently it's a sequence of actions that will allow you to open the door to the Paradox Lab. I start with the first step. You start with the first step, and then I pivot forward 90 degrees at the waist. And then I march in place of 5 steps. And then I take 4 steps to the left. And then I shake. And then I shimmy. And then I take a step forward. And then I take 4 steps back. After you complete the final step, you look up and find yourself inside the Paradox Lab. It's a howling chaos that cannot be described in text. And that we, unfortunately, have also declined to present visually. You marvel at the angles, you giggle at the math, you sweat as you consider the ratios. You grab a cup of coffee to go. You got an item, no coffee. Of all of the cups of coffee you've ever seen, this isn't one of them. What a journey! Access granted if and only if the door is closed. Alright, breaking through the window. They said nothing about that. The laundry room is currently closed for repairs. We apologize for the inconvenience and ask that you please refrain from washing your socks in the drinking fountains. This is just a list of all the other bulletin boards on campus. And there's a barbecue wing out here, thank you much. Also, the vents are still going off. Institute of Technology takes us directly outside. Probably gotta be symbolic of something. Probably bats. Syncable molly buttons. Alright. Theoretical topology takes us, there we go, into another wing. This is the one I thought I had initially come out on, but it wasn't. It's a weird shadow pocket or pouch or something. I reach inside. That seems like a really bad idea. Are you sure? Yeah. I can't stress enough that you shouldn't do this. It might give you some kind of shadow disease, or it might just bite your hand clean off, or anything. Do it. Well, alright, it's your head. Or hand, rather. Don't come crying to me if something horrible happens. Whatever. You stick your hand in the hole, grab the first thing that your fingers brush against, and yank it back out. You got an item, shadow hot dog. Food, a sausage-shaped hole in reality. It has been placed into a regular hot dog bun for your convenience, increases your muscle by 1 and the damage of your melee weapon attacks by 5. Until you eat something else, the shadow pocket vanishes with another worldly. These notices have been steamed to illegibility. Door sealed, but I can get in there and press this Athena button in order to get my access. Can I go in here, please? And same information. Oh, right, but I'm not actually geological. Fair enough. That's not my class. Coal machine, I insert 5 meat. Huh, looks like they forgot to unpack the cans before they loaded the machine up. I got a crate of cola. A quest item that I get to take to the speakeasy. This is more cola than one person should have access to. This is the most locked door you've ever encountered. Liberal arts department? It's just the janitor's closet. A photo of a bare naked pinup girl. That's what happens when you autofill from your head. A photo of a bare necked pinup girl. Scandalous. That is the period of time we are in. A shelf full of various industrial cleaning products as well as a nasty mop. It's a nasty mop. You got a nasty mop. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing everybody that a mop does anything other than evenly distributing the filth on a floor. Actually, probably wasn't the devil, it was probably whoever invented the mop. I have good news. Same dude. This fire escape map would be much more useful if it wasn't encrypted. Good one. I wonder if I have to move through the building in that kind of a fashion. At all. Not sure if that's science, got it. That's the way back out as well. The sculpture is called Zero Man. That's also what you would rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, man. It seems like we're getting more sculptures out there as I leave the building. We can head over to the spider wing. This warrants further investigation. But if this warrants further investigation, someone else is gonna have to do it. This drinking fountain is filled with spider eggs, making it the second grossest drinking fountain you've ever seen. Door seal, meta acoustics, I don't have that. Not allowed to go in there. Test door, disregard. I regard it. By regarding the door, you were instructed disregard it. I disregard it. By disregarding the door, you render it once again regardable. I regard it. By regarding the door, you were instructed to disregard it. I disregard it associatively. This disregarding of the door forces it to become again regardable, which I regard. I move on. There's a flyer for a frat party on this notice board. I check it out. Location unlocked, Zeta Omega Omicron. Zoo, right? It's gonna be a bunch of animals, right? Ah, too bad. The party was just a week ago. You note down the address just in case they have another party later. Spiders. I can go in, sure. No, I'm not allowed to go into that one, excuse me. This Athena terminal has been replaced with important parts, has had some of its important parts replaced by a pineapple. Seems we're being tampered with. Let's make our way through. Successfully, immediately. It's a weird shadow pocket or a pouch or something. I reach inside and I get a shadow rope. The shadow rope is a combat item. In the evening, the shadows grow longer. Once they grow long enough, you can use them as a lasso. Lasso and confound an enemy. This telescope is pointed up at the stars. Sure, I'm gonna look at the eyepiece. Alright, let's start noting down what we see. How about that? So, we see a spider. That guy is totally here. Boom. And they can be rotated as well. This is a rocket. All right. And then that's obviously a gun. It goes kapooey, kaplow plow, bam bam bam, shoot shoot shoot. That? Oh, well, boy howdy if that ain't Pac-Man. Dude goes waka waka waka. Couple fish, or atomic warheads. Let's just say there's like X3 of those. Beautiful. Ooh, anything else? Excuse me? Come on, there's gotta be more out here. Okay, that's an ice cream. No, it's a bucket. I see it, it's totally a bucket. My apologies. I was thinking it was like a little snow cone kind of situation. There has to be another. Yeah, there has to be another because we need a total of 12. Whatever the machines do, this one isn't doing it. It's de-steaming, I believe. So we need to fix that. There's a little snippet of hobo code painted on this unit, which I translate. It says free ice cream inside. Free ice cream, hooray! I grab in and I get an extra cold ice cream cone. It's a food that has transcended ice and graduated to some new, even more solid state of matter. Alright, is there another telescope point in the other direction, maybe? A mass of petrified pigeon poop. I see how it feels. It feels disgusting. I get a fustulent grolch. This is definitely the most fustulent of the grolches you're carrying around. I get 5 experience. This is where the pigeons do all of their business. And we can get some stench armor in order to allow us to engage with it. That shouldn't be too difficult. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the stench armor, and that's provided by the booze-soaked handkerchief. This is where the pigeons do all of their business. You pick through the coop's contents and gather a few pigeon eggs. Pigeon eggs, a quest item. A group of pigeons is called a flight, and a group of pigeon eggs is called a pile. You aren't afraid of pigeons, but a little apprehensive about wandering into a huge crowd of them. Okay, so that's one telescope. There has to be another telescope. But they said one of them was accessible through the spider wing. Maybe one of them was accessible through the spider wing and one of them was accessible through the scalar wing, so that was 2 different wings they were referring to in that instance. I thought it was one of them gets us to the other, but if that's the case, then I don't know what we're doing. A restroom. A steam-powered toilet. You don't see these very often. It's not hard to imagine why. I flush it for 40 experience. As far as you know, the sink is capable of providing an infinite amount of water. An infinite amount of fluorescent light has faded this painting away. You don't have any business to conduct in the 1001 low-energy chemistry lab. All these events happened millennia ago. 1002 is Professor Laurel Brent's room. 1003 split physics lab. Oh no. Narrow occlusion lab, Wilma Ash. Yeah, we're getting less. These seem like these. Yeah, this is generated. If I go back to the left, it's just immediately going to be back to the start, right? No? I'm assuming that this is a hallway that is actually going to be infinite past this point, right? Maybe I shouldn't be assuming that. Oh no. Did I need to go all the way down the end of the hallway? To infinity though? Sure, why not? Let's try the other direction. Through the finite hallway. Oh, that's more finite than you expected. This hallway is so short and unremarkable, you pass through it the first time without even noticing. Right, okay, that's how we got there in the first place. Got it. The boards on the process on this board are from years ago. So I'm looking for new area. Paradox Lab's closed. Laundry is closed as well. Culinary science, we can go out to the barbecue wing there. So let's do it. Frozen food is stuck shut, which is similar to being frozen. They spelled notices wrong, but they were hoping no one would notice. There's a flyer for a local diner, might be worth checking out. It's the Fish and Chips Diner. We'll press this. Athena, you won't let me in phys ed because I am not a student of phys ed. That makes sense, but how dare you? Culinary science, now that I am verified for. Unit 1 breakfast is an omelette station. Unit 2 lunch is a counter surrounded by scary floating sandwich parts. Unit 3 is an appetizer, a deep fryer thick with grease, making breathing an unpleasant experience. A oven has been left open and the heat is lasting out for dinner. A dessert is a very cold stone. You can see wisps of vapor curling off of it. And there we go! A large dewar, labeled complex syrup, sits on a lab bench here. I need to increase my mysticality by a couple in order to access this appropriately, but it's okay. Mysticality is something that I can easily increase. We've got ciabatta pants, we've got an uncursed fedora, we've got some pendant. That'll do it. We're all the way up to 7 already. You take the syrup, divide it by the square root of -1, and then add it back to the rest. Voila! You got an item dewar of simple syrup. Looks like this will come in handy for mixing drinks at the speakeasy. Excellent. Sounds good to me. Let's have a look at the item. Take it to the speakeasy. Makes sense. This stuff is used for making sweet drinks for the lowest common denominator. I never want to have to deal with another polar number in my entire life. The professor is staring at you, hopefully. Hello, are you my new culinary arts student? Yeah, I picked it as my elective. Great. In that case, all you need to do is pretty simple. What's that? Just use the cooking stations to prepare a day's worth of food. Okay, that's reasonable. I'll need all 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, plus an appetizer and dessert. Got it. Please hurry, all the other students left for vacation and I'm absolutely starving. Oh, wait, what? This food is for you? Well, I have to test it to make sure you've made it right. Right, but the way you sounded it out made it sound like you rely on this for your actual meals. Look, if someone's been teaching this class and getting stacks of free meals for so long they'd completely forgotten how to cook for themselves, there wouldn't be anything weird about that, right? That would be perfectly understandable. Not that anything like that has happened, because a culinary arts teacher couldn't even boil water anymore, would probably not have a job for long. But you know, theoretically, you know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, I get you. It's an omelette station. I step up. You butter up a pan, whisk your eggs, and get them sizzling nicely. Now's the time to pick some stuff from the station's frankly intimidating list of omelette fillings. What do you want to put in first? Hot dog, avocado, cocoa, vinegar, horseradish, caviar, or cabbage. Out of all of these, what would I be most... You know what? I'm gonna answer this as honestly as possible. What would I put in an omelet? I would put a hot dog in an omelet. Out of all of these, 100%. Number 2, avocado. Number 1, hot dog. You sprinkle some hot dog into the omelet. What's next? Celery, licorice, mint, pomegranate, mutton, macaroni, or lime? Boy, oh boy. Let's say... None of these seem great. I'm gonna go with lime at this point. A little bit of citrus to offset the rest. You add a handful of lime for some good measure. It's almost ready, but it needs one more ingredient. Do I need anise, artichoke, parsley, Swiss cheese? That's a great answer. Peach, potato, or watermelon? Absolutely the Swiss cheese. A little Swiss cheese, a flip of the spatula, and your masterpiece is complete. Behold, the perfect hot dog, lime, and Swiss cheese omelette. Hey, I think I did basically as well as you can do there. Bon appetito. I don't have enough spooky armor in order to engage this in the first place, but I will in just a moment. Give me some spoops. Armor against thereof, rather. Spooky. That's some good spoops. Could even hold the creepy locket. That's the same accessory slot, which I'm already getting +3 in. Spooky armor on the hat, though. Seems a good idea to me. You choke down your fear and approach the polter sandwich. with you. I want to do it with you. This is muscle. Oh, no. If you're going to make a regular sandwich out of this haunted mess, you're going to have to start with some bread. You survey your options. What kind of bread do you want to grab as it flows past? I'm just going to go for the slightly aggressive rye, the only option there that I'm allowed. Next comes the heart of the sandwich, the meat. Some smoky smoked turkey. You give the rye a stink eye until it settles down enough to grab 2 slices of it. I give the smoky smoked turkey a wink coyly. It winks back and settles on the bread. Then I'm going to give you some lively cheddar. Okay. You manage to anticipate the cheddar's movement accurately enough to catch it. And finally, the most important decision of the entire sandwich making process. What condiment will you use? What have we put on this? Bread. Rye bread. Okay, good. Some smoked turkey. Some cheddar. That's absolutely a mayonnaise situation right there, friend. Ooh, sorry. The correct answer was mustard.
Heck no, it isn't.
What immediately comes to mind is that sandwich lacks lubrication. And you know what the lubrication for a sandwich is? It's either butter or it's mayonnaise, and there's no butter on this bad boy, I can tell you that much. Mediocre sandwich. I agree insofar as that. There's an appetizer here, Sleaze armor. So what I'm looking for is as much, like, if I can get the limit that I'm looking for, right? The defense they're looking for, rather. Then I need to just max my stats. Okay, so I can get 1 mysticality. Yeah, sure, I guess I'll equip a mysticality out of all of this. I can get a moxie from our pants. I can't. Do I have any muscle pants? I think I have a muscle pants. Oh, right, of course, the sports shorts. I really feel like maybe I should eat a couple of foods even. Maybe get myself a mysticality by 1. I could even get the muscle by 1 and the max HP. There we go. Well, I'm gonna do that. There we go. We lose our scalded gullet. So I've got 6s across the board now. And if I desperately wanted to, I could also have a potion. Increase mysticality and those weapon attacks. Muscle, mysticality again, Sleaze armor. Yeah, none of these are really gonna help me too variantly. Sure, let's just get the fragrance spores. Get synesthesis. Wow, man. Deep fry something. Do I want to deep fry radium brittle powerful grits, pressed hams? Seems like actually a good. Oh, deep fry a mushroom steak 100% of the time. That is the correct option. You drop your mushroom steak into the deep fryer and watch it sizzle and fish it back out when it seems done. You got an item, deep fried mushroom steak. This is your appetizer for your culinary science class. Okay, I don't have enough hot armor in order to withstand this just yet. But if I replace these with hot armor, I think I will not. I think I will not have enough. As it turns out, I just traded away from the hot armor that would have been helpful here. Oops. I can give a hot armor buff to a pair of pants, and you know what? I'm not gonna put that. I'm gonna equip the colorful clown pants. I'm gonna spray on some asbestos there. Fireproof colorful clown pants. They got the hot armor I need. Since you can stand the heat, you don't feel obligated to get out of the kitchen. You approach the oven and discover a fully cooked dish inside. Some other student must have made it. I grab it. It's a plate of shrimp. That's weird. You were just thinking about a plate of shrimp. Well, is dinner settled then? That was easy. Got an item, a plate of shrimp. A perfectly cooked plate of shrimp with a Baader Meinhof glaze. A Baader Meinhof glaze. I always get Baader Meinhof confused with one other. Is Baader Meinhof the underestimation of one's abilities and the overestimation of one's, or rather, the overestimation of one's abilities that one has if they don't know much about the actual subject, but the underestimation of one's abilities when you do know a lot about the subject? Or is it I haven't heard of this thing ever before, but now I'm hearing of it constantly. It's one of those two, and I can't remember which. Cold armor, very cold stone, so cold you can see the wisps of vapor curling off of it. Fine. Let's give me a crystal snowflake necklace, and that may help us out here. Not enough, though. Not enough. Can I even hit this? Filter. Elemental armor? Cold. Yep, mail carrier's saddle gets across the line. Oh, I don't have enough. I'd leave it alone for now. I'm looking for even more cold armor before I continue that. Oh god, am I gonna have to use a potion? I didn't really have that many other ways of increasing my cold armor. Oh yeah, I gotta eat that potion. Bowl of frosty flakes. I replace the fungus humongous. Get myself some chili teeth. I dig around in the cabinet under an ice-cold slab of marble and find several tubs of ice cream, some miscellaneous toppings, a bunch of scoops, spatulas, other equipment. Apparently, you're expected to devise some kind of ice cream sundae. I compose a frozen dairy symphony. You fish around in the cupboard some more and find a bottle of fresh cream and a flask of liquid nitrogen. With the addition of vanilla bean and some legitimate culinary science, you produce a bowl of the freshest, smoothest ice imaginable. And garnish it with the kernels of shaved chocolate and an artistic drizzle of strawberry puree. Then a light dusting of cinnamon and some coarse grained sugar to add sparkle, and crown it with a fresh ruby red cherry on top. To heck with a sundae, you've created a whole 3-day weekend day. You got a gourmet parfait. I scream, you scream, we all scream for a passing grade in our screaming class. 7 experience for having done so, extra credits at the very end. I don't need that, thank you muchly. You hungry, Professor? Hello, you look delicious. Excuse me? Oh, sorry. For a second there I hallucinated you were a huge talking roast chicken. What do you need? I did the extra credit assignment. Oh, the syrup, good job. It doesn't look like I'll be needing it for today's menu, so you can go ahead and keep it. Thanks. Okay, I finished all the cooking. Okay, great. Let's see what you've got here. Hot dog, lime, and Swiss cheese omelette. Interesting choices, not what I would have picked myself, but I'm intrigued. And the sandwich, you're a mayonnaise person. I won't hold it against you, it takes all kinds. Now, this dinner. Let's see, appetizer is a deep fried mushroom steak. Wow, I haven't heard of that before. Can't wait to try it. And a plate of shrimp scampi, I guess. Looks a bit overdone, but the shrimp is tricky, so I admire your courage. And holy moly, this Sunday is a masterpiece. Incredible. So do I pass? Absolutely great job. She reaches into the desk drawer and pulls out a fork from each hand. Now please leave before you see something you can't unsee. I need you to sign my course transcript first. Oh, right, here you go. You've completed your elective. Thanks, and bon appetit. Having completed our first elective, I think it's an appropriate time for us to end this episode and say that my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Shadows Over Loathing. Series playlist is done with the top left. YouTube recommendation down below. Streaming past our classmates here in SIT University. And a special thanks this episode to Victor. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.